In this video, we'll talk about what an API gateway really is and why it plays such an important role in microservices. We'll also break down what exactly an API gateway does, how it helps manage requests, route traffic, handle security, and more. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of where API gateway fits in a microservices setup. Here's what we'll cover in this video. First, we'll look at how things work without an API gateway and what kind of setup developers had to deal with. Then we'll talk about the challenges and issues that came up in that approach, like tight coupling, duplication, and lack of centralized control. After that, we'll define what an API gateway is in simple terms. We'll also explore what an API gateway actually does in a microservices architecture, things like routing, authentication, rate limiting, and more. And finally, we'll go through some of the most common tools used to implement API gateway in real-world projects. Let's dive in. Before the API gateway came into the picture, client applications used to talk directly to each microservice. This setup is known as the client to microservices direct communication model. It means the client had to know the address of every service it wanted to call, which sounds simple but created a lot of challenges as the system grew. Let's take a quick look at this diagram. Here the client, maybe it's a web app or a mobile app, is directly sending requests to three different services: the order service, the product service, and the payment service. Each of these services is running separately, maybe on different ports or even different servers. And the client is calling them one by one without any central layer in between. At first glance, this setup looks straightforward, but as the number of services grows, it quickly becomes messy. Now let's talk about the problems with this approach. 1. Tight coupling. The client has to know the exact address of each service, the full URL, the port, everything. If a service moves or changes, the client must also be updated. So now the client is tightly coupled to each microservice, and that's a maintenance nightmare. 2. Increased complexity for the client. The client has to handle different endpoints, format requests properly, maybe even manage retries or load balancing. That's a lot of responsibility for a client. It shouldn't have to know all those details. 3. Security concerns. Every service is exposed directly to the outside world. This increases the risk. You need to secure each service separately, which is more work and less control. 4. Cross-cutting concerns. Or duplicated things like authentication, logging, rate limiting, and monitoring. You'd have to build those into every single service individually, leading to code duplication and wasted effort. And if you have multiple clients like web, mobile, or third-party apps, each one has to repeat the same work for each service. That's inefficient and error prone. So overall, this kind of direct communication leads to a system that is hard to scale, hard to secure, and difficult to manage. And that's exactly where an API gateway comes in. It acts like a central entry point that can simplify all of this, handling routing, authentication, logging, and more, all in one place. Alright, so what exactly is an API gateway? Think of it like a reception desk or a traffic controller for your microservices system. Instead of the client calling each service directly, the API gateway sits in the middle. The client sends one request to the API gateway, and the gateway takes care of routing it to the right service like order, product, or payment. It also handles a lot of common tasks like authentication, rate limiting, logging, and even combining multiple responses into one, so your services stay clean and focused on business logic, and the client only talks to one entry point, the gateway. In short, an API gateway is a single. Let's now take a closer look at what an API gateway actually does one by one. Number 1. Request routing. This is the basic job of an API gateway. When a client sends a request, say to get order details, the gateway routes that request to the correct service, like the order service. The client doesn't need to know where the service is running. The gateway handles it all behind the scenes. Number 2. Aggregation. Sometimes a single screen in the app needs data from multiple services, like order info from one service and product details from another. Instead of making 3 separate calls, the client just calls the API gateway. The gateway then talks to all the needed services, collects their responses, and sends back one combined result. This is called response aggregation, and it keeps things simple for the client. Number 3, authentication and authorization. Security is very important, right? The API gateway can handle things like checking if a user is logged in, validating tokens, and making sure they have the right permissions. This way, individual services don't need to worry about security. The gateway takes care of it. Number 4, rate limiting and throttling. Imagine someone tries to flood your system with too many requests. The gateway can stop that. It limits how many requests a user or app can make in a certain time. This is called rate limiting. Throttling slows down traffic if it's getting too high. This protects your backend services from being overloaded. Number 5, load balancing. When you have multiple instances of a service running, the gateway can balance the traffic between them. For example, if you have 3 product service instances, the API gateway will automatically send requests evenly to all of them. This helps in better performance and reliability. So overall, the API gateway acts like a smart manager, handling routing, combining data, checking security, protecting against overuse, and balancing the load. All of this makes your microservices system cleaner, safer, and easier to manage. Alright, now that we understand what an API gateway actually does, let's quickly look at some popular tools and platforms that developers commonly use to build or run an API gateway. Number 1, AWS API Gateway. Let's start with the one from Amazon Web Services. It's fully managed, which means you don't have to worry about setting up or maintaining any servers. It's built to handle millions of requests per second, no joke. And it integrates beautifully with other AWS services like Lambda, S3, DynamoDB, and more. So if your app already runs on AWS, this one's a no-brainer. Just plug it in and go. 2, Nginx. Now Nginx is a very popular open source web server, but did you know it also works really well as an API gateway? It's super lightweight, fast, and extremely configurable. You can use it to do request routing, caching, load balancing, and even add security filters. If you're someone who wants full control and you're okay managing your own infrastructure, Nginx is a solid choice. Number 3, Zool from Netflix. Next up, we've got Zool, created by Netflix. It's written in Java and was designed specifically for routing, filtering, and security in a microservices setup. Think of Zool like a traffic cop for your microservices, directing who goes where and filtering what gets through. Now, it's true Zool is a bit older now and Netflix is moving on to other tools, but it still teaches us a lot about how API gateways should manage traffic in a dynamic system. 4, Spring Cloud Gateway. And finally, if you're building your microservices using Spring Boot, then Spring Cloud Gateway is your best friend. It's built for Java developers, works great with the Spring ecosystem, and is super easy to configure. You can define routes, filters, authentication, and other rules either in Java code or YAML files. It's reactive, cloud native, and just makes life easier for Spring developers. Let's wrap this up quickly. An API gateway is like a smart single entry point to all your microservices. It does a lot behind the scenes. It routes requests to the right microservice. It combines data when needed. It handles authentication and authorization. It applies rate limits and throttling to control traffic, and it balances load to avoid service overload. Basically, it simplifies your client apps, protects your backend, and makes your whole system more scalable and manageable. And tools like AWS API Gateway, Nginx, Zool, or Spring Cloud Gateway just give you different ways to do all this depending on your tech stack. Easy and powerful, right? You have any questions? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you found this helpful, do support the channel by hitting like and share. Don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos on microservices, Spring Boot, and other tech topics. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.